You're listening to the Dre Area Sports Show, live on YouTube and X. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Dre Area Sports Show. Today I'm joined by my good buddy Tyler LaRocca. You can find him on YouTube, on X, on TikTok. And you know what? A lot of people out there are saying, oh, Tyler's just a hater. Tyler hates the Niners. He hates Brock Purdy. Well, look, I'll say this, right? If you watch Tyler's recent video he put out where he gave his playoff prediction, who did you pick to win the Super Bowl?
I picked the Niners.
The Niners! I was like, there it goes. I'm like, guys, I'm telling you. But everyone, welcome to the show. If you want to support the show, you can do so by going on Patreon and joining the Patreon. I post links to all my shows and videos on there as well. And so definitely check out Dre Area Sports on Patreon. And if you also want another way to support the channel, just go to my website, which is DreAreaSports.com, and become a member under Dre Area Sports. Memberships start as low as like $1, maybe $2. So definitely check that out. It's a great way to support the channel and to keep the lights running and to keep the show going as well. Of course, this show is also brought to you by Power Brand Systems. Use promo code 300POWER to save up to $300 in your first purchase over at Power Brand Systems. They will develop and create a website for your every needs. Go to my website, which is DreAreaSports.com. They developed that as well. They also did the websites for John Chapman and for Johnny Dale's Football Academy. Power Brand Systems, they will develop a website for your every need. We're also brought to you by SeatGeek. Use promo code DreAreaSports to save up to $20 on your first purchase over at SeatGeek.com. Will the Niners come back to Levi's? Well, if they do, use promo code DreAreaSports and save yourself up to $20 on your first purchase at SeatGeek.com. And, of course, we're brought to you by BetUS. They will match you up to 125% on your first 3 deposits when you use promo code DreAreaSports. BetUS, it's where the game begins. I'm loving BetUS. Definitely check that out with that promo code. Okay, we've paid the bills, hopefully. Let's move on to the actual topics of the show because, believe it or not, there's a lot to talk about, especially after yesterday's news. Let me find the tab, and here it is. So it all started with some bad news. Tatum Bethune out for the season. He has torn his groin. Ouch. Anything near the groin area, I say, no way, go away. That's terrible. But Bethune is out for the season. Look, Bethune has a lot of heart. Bethune plays very hard.
Yeah.
But to me, it seems like he missed so many tackles this last game. He was playing hurt the entire time. And this guy, he was playing out of his mind. But as the season went on, it felt like he was playing with more and more injuries every single game. And now he's out for the season. Tyler, do you think this affects the Niners in a bad way?
I actually think the opposite. I'm pretty optimistic. I think Tatum Bethune's terrible. I'm not trying to be mean. I liked him at first. He's I wouldn't even say great. He's good in the run game. Like we saw against Seattle so many times. They just abused his overcommitting.
Yeah.
They did so many counters and cutbacks where it was like, yeah, he's going to overcommit. And then you just off to the races against Jair Brown, who's quite literally never going to catch you. And I actually think, I'm not glad he's hurt, obviously. I hope the best for him. I hope he recovers, and I hope he ends up being a beast at some point in his career. But I actually have been wanting Eric Kendricks to kind of get more reps. I haven't really understood why he hasn't been because I feel like he's just better. I brought this up the other day. Anthony Barr retweeted some stuff where they were talking about 49ers linebacker grades, and someone said, Eric Kendricks might be the best they got. And then Anthony Barr retweeted and said, he's by far better than what they got.
Well, he's more experienced, and he's better in pass coverage as well, which is what we need, especially going against the Eagles, who actually will likely run the ball more early on, but we'll see. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, and so I don't think this is bad news for the Niners. Honestly, it's bad news because you don't want a player hurt. But I think for play, I honestly think our linebacker core kind of gets a little bit better without them forcing him to play to get reps. And, it seems like the Niners really want the young guys to be be in the forefront, And so they're really giving them a lot of reps. They're trying to get them as many reps as possible.
Yeah.
Even though Eric Kendricks, I think he's just going to be better. He might be slower, but I think he's better.
Maybe slower, but I think experience is what you need moving forward at this point.
Yeah.
You need to have guys out there that are not going to let the moment get too big for them, that are going to stay calm and poised. And I think, having a guy like Kendricks is going to help. And Kyle Shanahan recently announced that he will be the starting linebacker in place of Tatum Bethune. So to me, that's a good thing at this point.
Yeah.
And besides, even if Bethune hadn't torn his groin, I think he's playing with a litany of injuries that are slowing him down. Kendricks, as far as we know, is fresh. He's rested. He's ready to rock. And now he can turn that volume up and say, hey, it's fucking playoff time. Let's go right at it. The Niners made some more news by bringing... What the hell?
Oh.
I lost it. There. The Niners made some more news by bringing in another linebacker in Kaiser White.
Yeah.
This I like a lot, but to me, this feels like it was a couple of weeks too late.
I completely agree.
This should have happened months ago. Bringing in guys like this, like, hey, let's get some experience, hard-hitting motherfuckers out there, and that way they can work with these young guys to help mentor them. So it's not just Fred Warner on the sidelines going, hey, good job. You got to have these guys out there. And plus, let's say you advance in the next round, and let's say, Fred Warner does come back. You got to have experienced linebackers at his side to back him up, because he probably can't go the entire game, even though he probably will try to.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a tough time getting Fred Warner off not playing against Seattle.
Yeah.
But I like this. I completely agree. I said this when he was cut like a month and a half ago. I said the Niners should bring him in immediately. He is, in my opinion, he is better than D. Winters. He is better than Tatum Bethune. I think he may be slightly slower. Again, same thing. But he's also pretty bad in pass coverage. Don't get me wrong. Kaiser White, that was his big issue, is he's good at run, but he's bad at pass coverage. But I still think he's probably a little bit better than Tatum Bethune and D. Winters in pass coverage. I think they're both just truly awful at it. D. Winters got the great pick 6, but, I think, honestly, it was more of like people like, oh, he faked him out. No, I think D. Winters saw him, was like, oh, no, I'm so far behind, I might as well just stay here. Got a pick thrown his way. I don't think it was purposeful. I think, oh, no.
When you watch a lot of, my good buddy Johnny Dell, he did a breakdown of some of the things that went wrong, and he even showed a play where Tatum Bethune would have had an interception if he just would have trusted his instincts. Instead, he kind of shuffled his feet and didn't jump the route, and then Darnold threw a pass and ended up a completion for a first down. But he was in position where he could have jumped the route for the interception, which Fred Warner would have. So again, little things like that, I think, are playing against a guy like Bethune, who's very, very young. It's his second year, I believe. And, overall in PFF, he has a 52 grade ranking. Then that's not very good.
No, he wasn't really. He was good when people didn't realize how bad he was in pass coverage. So they didn't test him enough. It was like the same thing with Siegel. It was like the second they started realizing, wait, this guy is absolutely horrible. They were like, oh, let's just pick on him. And they did the same thing to Bethune. Like, that's what's been torturing us in the past game. They're like, let's just run a lot of crossers and a lot of slants and a lot of cutbacks. Let's just get the linebackers involved. And the Niners just can't really.
But to me, getting Kaiser White, getting Eric Kendricks, it almost feels like an upgrade, because now you've gotten experienced NFL caliber players at linebacker out there, which you didn't have for the past few weeks. I think D. Winters has done a good job, but with his ankle injury, I don't think he's going to be as mobile as they want him to be. And I think bringing him in as a rotational piece may be better, because then you don't have to, lean on Wallow and Luke Gifford, Curtis Robinson. Robinson was an inactive, healthy scratch.
Yeah, dude, I want to see, I don't want to see Wallows and Gifford.
No, I mean, I don't think they did either. And then when those guys went down, they were like, oh, shit. Looks like it's going to be Wallows.
And that's the thing, man. It's just like, I think
does he swallow? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, like that's my big thing, man.
What's up, Bebop?
Is you do I think they're gonna make the defense good? No. Do I think they're gonna make the defense worse? No. I don't think that, and that's where my thing is, like, where people are like, what are we gonna do? It's like, what do you mean? The defense is already bottom 5 horrible. It's not gonna get any worse. It's not gonna be like, oh, they're gonna pick on our linebackers. Okay, they picked on our linebackers before, so it's not like it's anything special. It's not like Tatum Bethune. Dude, Demo was our best run stopper against Seattle.
There was a lot of shit talk about Demo Lenore, but like when you look at his numbers, especially against Jackson Smith and Jigba,
dude, he had one penalty.
Really good. One penalty. And they were like, "Oh, we got him." But it was like, if you watch the rest of his coverage on him, he locked him up.
Yeah, he was fine.
And this makes me wonder as well, because what they started to do was, in the Seattle game, they started moving JSN over to Ronaldo Green's side and taking advantage of the big cushion he was giving him. Because, look, Ronaldo Green is not fast. He did not want to get burned deep. They had him playing way deep so that everything was shallow underneath. But I would have had Demo just following him around the entire field, because if anyone gets rattled, it's Sam Darnold, and he didn't get rattled because, for one, we didn't get much pass rush on him. We never do, because the Niners don't have a pass rush. That's not what they are right now. They did get 2 sacks, and they did get some pressure on him, not nearly as much as they needed to. But when you don't have that kind of pressure, you got to make sure that you do everything you can to take away his favorite target, and that's JSN. And every time they needed to go to him, they'd move him over to Ronaldo Green's side, and he'd find a sliver of light and make a catch. So that was. And I
can't even. And my thing is this: I can't even fully blame Ronaldo Green, because I'll say this: I love Saleh. Don't get me wrong, I love Saleh, but Ronaldo Green isn't a Saleh corner. He's not. No. And I don't even think Demo is. I think they are both what they were good at with Wilkes. Or not Wilkes, because Ronaldo Green wasn't drafted, but with Sorensen, what Ronaldo Green was good at, and what Demo's been good at, is he's a press man corner. Ronaldo Green in college was a press man corner.
Yeah.
Now they are forced to play soft squat zone.
Yeah.
And neither of them are comfortable. They're both long-armed, physical corners that like to get in there. And when you have someone like dude, you saw replays of Demo's putting JSN on his ass every other play. Pressing him, throwing him to the ground, throwing him over piles. And I love Saleh, but he does not let them play and I get it. Cover zero is hard when our linebackers and our safeties are as shit as they are. But when you're playing against Sam Darnold, I think you legitimately could have gotten at least a turnover if you just played cover zero once or twice, press cover zero too, not like this. Stay off of them. No, let Demo press, let Ronaldo press, and send cover zero, because Darnold's going to make a mistake.
He's going to make a mistake. And on top of that, you got to let the guys play to their strengths.
Yeah.
As opposed to saying, well, I want you to play to the strength of my scheme. And that's what I want you to do. I agree. I felt like they should have let them do their thing where they're most comfortable and be physical with these guys and slow them down at the line of scrimmage.
And I feel like it's a little bit easier on the safeties too. These guys are going to jam the shit out of them. Okay. We're not going to play soft squat. We're going to play 2 deep and then jam the hell out of them. All you 2 idiots need to do is just don't let them run past you. Just keep your eyes on them and don't let them run past you while Demo and Ronaldo are jamming them, because you're going to get burnt when you play press like that. But that's what the Legion of Boom was really good at that. They had Sherman always just pressed in your face the entire time. And then all Chancellor or Earl Thomas had to do, whoever was on his side, was just don't beat him over the top. When they beat Sherman, because he's pressing, just watch it. And I feel like the Niners could do that. The safeties aren't good, so simplify it.
Exactly.
And let Demo get what he got paid for, what he was good at. He was good at playing in the slot because he's a press man corner. He's good at disrupting people, trying to go through him. And yes, it comes with flags. And he's gotten flagged a lot more at outside corner, because in the slot you can get away with it a little bit more because you're matching up against tight ends and stuff like that. So they let you be a bit more physical. So...
Yeah, and to me, what really had an effect on the Niners too against Seattle was obviously not having Trent Williams and not having Ricky Pearsall. And I know Pearsall's gotten a lot of heat. People calling him Mr. Glass, all this shit.
I'm over him.
But at the same time, when he's in the game, makes a world of a difference because he's a man beater.
Sure.
And so when you're having to go against Pearsall and Jennings as opposed to going against Jennings and Bourne, it's an entirely different style of offense. Because then it's like, well, hey, look, don't let Kittle get open. You only got to watch two guys, Kittle and CMC. Like, just don't let them get open. All eyes on them. The other guys aren't going to burn you. They might catch, something underneath 8 yards, 10 yards, but they're not going to get past you. They're not going to blow past you. So not having Pearsall, to me, was another detriment to the Niners offense. And on top of that, look, I thought Austin Pleasance did the best that he could, but not having Trent Williams was a huge factor. The pass rush from Seattle was getting right through the offensive line. They had a horrible game in which they played well against both Chicago and the Colts. Both of them, are not top 5 defenses. Let's remember that. When you look at the Colts, they're nosediving at this point, but now they're number 23 ranked defense. And the Bears,
they weren't that bad before.
They weren't.
But
they were like number 12 or 13.
Yeah, they lost. They lost Sauce. Buckner got hurt. Yeah, they had a lot of stuff happen.
Mooney Ward out.
Got hurt. Yeah.
And then the Bears right now are 29, but at the time they were same thing. They were like 12 and 13. So that's where I see a little bit of daylight when it comes to playing against the Eagles, because we're talking about a team that has the 13th ranked defense in the league. And we'll break down those numbers a little bit later on the show, but I do think there's something to that, which we'll get to. And I did tweet about it, so if you saw us talking about it, you'll kind of know where we're going to go with this. But let me ask you, Tyler, no Pearsall, no Williams. Do the Niners get it? Do they win this game with either of them?
Here's my big issue. My biggest issue in Seattle was Purdy. It was Brock. We didn't have a run game. Sure, it sucks. But the problem with Brock is, and what Mike McDonald exploited was, he said, okay, take your checkdowns. I'm going to force you to be a quarterback. And he basically treated Purdy as you would treat Lamar Jackson, a Caleb Williams, yada, yada, yada. They said, beat us as a quarterback. I'm not going to let you make plays. I'm not going to let you run around. I'm going to suffocate you at the pocket and make you make a play. Purdy missed open checkdowns. He missed open first downs. He didn't trust his anticipation, whether it was because he couldn't see because he's short, or it's because he just literally didn't trust himself. He flustered him. Mike McDonald straight up flustered him because Purdy, the only time he was comfortable is when he was able to run around.
Yeah.
And that's bad. That is a bad look. I tweeted after the game. A lot of people got so pissed off about it. It was like, Mac Jones probably would have won the game. And I hold strong that Mac Jones probably would have won that game, because if Mike McDonald played defense the same way he did against Purdy, which he probably wouldn't have, he would, like, Mac Jones would have taken everything he was given. There were so many plays where it was like, oh yeah, Mac Jones 100% would have thrown that. Oh yeah, he would have thrown that. And Purdy just doesn't. And so when it comes to the Eagles, my thing is, like, my heart wants to say, yes, the Niners can win. They're going to come back. They're going to go, this is a revenge game, especially with the Eagles. They got a chip on their shoulder. But in reality, it's like, all they got to do is do what the Seahawks did. Force Purdy to play quarterback. Don't let him be a playmaker. And Purdy doesn't look like he knows what to do. Like, Mac Jones, genuinely, I think, when it's coming to just like standard robotic hit this, is just better. Purdy's much better when he has the freedom like he did against the Colts and the Bears to run around and make plays and play against bad defensive lines. Yeah, Purdy's going to ball on you. But you're playing against a defensive line with like Jalen Phillips and stuff. You have Zach Bonnet backer. You got Jalen Carter coming up the middle. Like, you're not going to be able to dance around this defense. You're going to have to play quarterback. And I just don't think Purdy likes doing that very much.
See, I don't put this game on Brock Purdy, not because I'm just like a Brock Purdy stan. For me, the offensive game plan was not precise enough to beat the Seattle Seahawks. And I think that Mike McDonald, like you said, schemed up a great plan to confuse him and to pressure him and to keep him in the pocket. Not only that, but they couldn't run the football. You're talking about McCaffrey had 8 carries for 23 yards.
Yeah.
Brian Robinson had 9 yards. Purdy had 21 yards. So they completely took away the running game.
And I don't think Purdy's the 100% issue. I don't 100% blame him for sure. Like, because he didn't play like terrible. He just played bad, in my opinion. But yes, I think they should have definitely started, I don't know, trying to move things around. Start running zone reads with Purdy. Start doing anything. Like, try and change it up a little bit. But I put a lot of the blame on Purdy because that right there, they didn't scheme well. If you watch it back, there are so many plays where people are wide, butt naked open, like just standing there like, yo, I am right here. And Purdy just can't see him. He can't see him, he doesn't trust it, or he's just too flustered. Like, I saw him run into multiple sacks. I saw him on a 4th and 1 not hit the easiest first down I have ever seen in my entire life. And then on the 3rd and long, he had Christian McCaffrey wide open with 15 yards of space, and he runs into a sack. It's just, there were so many plays where he's just, it's just, you want like it. It's where I thought he did a really good job against the Bears and the Colts with it, where he started getting more like Jimmy and Mac in his brain. Like, okay, I don't see anything quickly, I'm getting it to my check down. Oh, I don't see anything quickly. He did it really well in Cleveland. Don't see anything really fast, hit the check down. I don't see anything, hit the check down. And for whatever reason, when he played against Seattle, it seems he forgot that completely, where I didn't like it.
Yeah, it really felt like the game plan was to attack them downfield.
Yeah.
And it looked like Purdy was trying to drive the ball downfield way too often than he should have. With the kind of pass rush that they were putting on him and a lot of 3rd down blitzing because it was a passing down. They exploited the fact that Austin Pleasant was on the left side. They brought more pressure to that side. They were, the offensive line in general was highly ineffective against this pass rush. But on top of that, it felt like in the second half, the Niners needed to change their game plan and go with a quicker offense.
Yeah.
Use the check down, quick outs, get rid of the ball as soon as possible. How do you fight back against a pass rush? You run screen plays and short passes to get rid of the ball. Instead, we kept seeing Brock drop back, hang on to the ball for way too long, looking for his receivers, and then all of a sudden he would get sacked or he'd be forced to throw it away. To me, again, when it comes to the Seahawks, that should have been the game plan. Get rid of the ball. Get the ball out quickly, keep the chains moving, and then neutralize the best you can that Seattle pass rush. But I think against the Eagles, it'll be a little bit different, but I think the game plan against Seattle was all wrong. And I think that they were trying to run the same shit they were running against the Bears and the Colts and the Browns, and then they realized, oh, shit, we can't really do this. They're not giving us the time. Yeah. Their defensive game plan is covering up those holes.
Well, I think if they ran their Browns offense, their quick hitter offense, it would have been fine. If you ran the exact same game plan you did against the Browns, I think they would have won that game. I think they would have ran up and down the field on the Seahawks the entire time.
I think they underestimated their pass rush. I think they underestimated the Seattle Seahawks pass rush, and they thought, okay, well, let's do what's been working, and I think we'll find success. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case.
And, dude, please, for the love of God, someone scream it in Purdy's ear. Just fucking throw to George Kittle. I don't care if he's one-on-one. Throw him the ball. I do not care. If he's covered, I don't care. He is the best tight end in the NFL. Throw the ball up. Let him make a play. Especially when you're struggling like this, dude, that's when you let your best players make plays. We're struggling. I ain't got shit. I'm throwing it up to George. If it's picked, don't care. You tried. You gave a chance to George. Our offense isn't moving. Throw it to George Kittle, man. And I hate that we don't. We have a player that is so phenomenal. Like, forget Ricky Pearsall. Forget Jawan Jennings not being able to get separation. Forget Demarcus Robinson being old and slow. Brother, we have George. Just throw him the ball. Like, I don't care when you are stressed. And that's the only thing I liked about Jimmy. When all else failed, Jimmy was like, I'm just going to throw to Kittle. Like, everything else is failing. I'm just going to throw it to George. Like that game against the Saints where we dropped like 40-something points, and he was just force-feeding George over and over and over. That's what I want to see Purdy do. Like, Okay, Juwan can't get separation. I'm going to throw to George. DeMarcus can't. I'm throwing to George. Christian's covered. Throwing to George. I don't care if they start double covering him.
Yeah.
Feed him the football.
Feed him the football.
For the love of God, can we put Jordan Watkins or someone with some speed on the field? Please. If Ricky can't play, dude, if Ricky can't play, please, for the love of God, put someone that could run a sub 5 second 40 time on the field. Please.
Get like a Jacob Cowing, a Jordan Watkins, somebody with some speed, because
I loved Jordan Watkins in training camp. He is fast as fuck. Put him in the slot and let him run around.
Exactly. I think next year he'll be more of a factor. But the problem is that this year he's not. And Kyle doesn't trust him. And that's one thing with Kyle, is that he doesn't trust players until they've proven themselves. And I think that is, again, a detriment to Kyle.
Yeah.
And I think that, look, I think that this game, it was an eye-opening game for the Niners. Look, we all wanted to get that home field advantage. And I think that if we did, that would have been a huge benefit for this team. Do I think our team is bad? I don't think this team is bad at all, but I think that when you're going against arguably the best defense in the league, this is what happens when you're not fully prepared to go against a defense like this. I mean, when we look at Seattle, right, they're number 10 in passing defense, but they're number 3 in rushing defense. And also, something that I had said on X and I was saying on a lot of my live streams was that this game was all about third down. Niners had the number 1 third down offense. Seattle has the number 1 third down defense. I said it before the game. I posted this on X. I said, whoever wins the battle of third down will win this game. Mm-hmm. Now, it wasn't like Seattle came in here and blew our socks off. They only won 13-3.
Yeah.
And again,
they should have.
They should have
by a lot more.
But the defense actually played well. Now, again, we talked about this. They treated Sam Darnold like he was Jimmy Garoppolo. It was like, don't ask him to do too much. Ask him to hit a receiver here and there, hand the ball off, keep everything short. They did not ask him to do much because they didn't have to, because the defense kept forcing the Niners to go 3 and out. So it was really hard to watch, because all they really were trying to do was run the ball, hit JSN, on third down, and keep the sticks moving. And they won 13-3. So to me, it wasn't as much as an impressive win for Seattle, but defensively, they took Kyle Shanahan completely out of the game.
Yeah, I'll say this. I think if the Niners beat the Eagles in Lincoln, they're winning the Super Bowl. I'm not going to lie. This is that kind of game. Like, I think if the Niners can somehow beat Philadelphia, who is significantly more talented than them right now. It's not even fucking close. Like, I was going through this position with position. The only positions the 49ers have better is debatably quarterback and then tight end by far. That's it. That is the only positions the 49ers are better at. And even again, debatingly quarterback, because Jalen Hurts in the postseason is actually good. Like, I meme on Jalen Hurts a lot for being bad. His postseason numbers are legit. He's like actually a good player when it comes to when it matters. So like with this game, and that's why I think like if they somehow win this game, this team is so momentum and energy based. Like, Fred's 100% coming back if they beat Philly and Lincoln to go get his lick back in Seattle. They're gonna beat Seattle. I have zero. I would not be worried in the slightest about Seattle beating them if they beat Philly. And then in the NFC Championship game, they're probably playing the Rams or Bears. And again, like, after playing Seattle and Philly, that's going to be a cakewalk. Like, that's going to, no offense, that's going to be the easiest game they play in the playoffs.
Well, I think they'll find that the Rams are a much softer team. Same with the Bears compared to the two teams they just played. But when you look at the numbers, right, and this is what I was kind of breaking down yesterday, was that, okay, so passing defense, Eagles have number 8 ranked passing defense. So we know that they can apply. They're good in pass coverage. Seahawks have number 10. But what really stood out to me was their rushing defense. Now, here, I'll share this too, so it's not just me reading off some shit. So right here, the Niners have the number 11 rushing defense in the league. The Eagles, did I pass it already? Have the number 22 ranked rushing defense, averaging 124 yards a game. Now, to me, do they have a pass rush? Fuck yeah, they do. Mm-hmm. They got Brandon Graham. They got Jalen Carter. They got all kinds of guys. But we've seen teams that are really good pass rushing teams that are not good.
Yeah.
And run stopping. And we saw that with the Giants. They had Thibodeau. They had Abdul Carter. They had one more guy too. And they couldn't fucking stop the run. Yeah. So I think that if you have the number 22 ranked rushing defense, you're going to be able to run the ball with more efficiency than you did against Seattle, who has a number 3 ranked rushing defense. 91 yards a game is its season average, which means that only a few running backs got over 100 yards against them. And so to me, this says a lot. And on top of that, the Niners have the number 11 ranked rushing defense. So our rushing defense is better than the Eagles have been all season long. Now,
so I will say this, though. Since the Bears game, when they got ran all over the Eagles, they have, the last 5 games, they have kind of shut down the run game. Like when they played the Chargers, Justin Herbert was their leading rusher. When they played it's the Raiders, but Jeanty had 35 rushing yards.
But that's Ashton Jeanty. He's a good running back, but they don't even give him the fucking ball.
Even when they played the Bills,
got fired.
Even when they played the Bills, James Cook averaged 3.7 yards a carry, had 20 carries for only 74 rushing yards. Like their defense has definitely woken up a little bit to the run game.
I think so. I mean, they have the number 5 scoring defense in the league, so they have an effective defense.
Even when the Eagles played the Lions, they held Jahmyr Gibbs to 39 rushing yards.
Right.
So I do agree their run defense has shown that it can be exploited, but I will say for the majority of games, I mean, they're really good at shutting down.
But we've also seen this is a team that besides the past, 2 or 3 games, they were on a fucking nosedive, looking like shit. Yeah. Can't move the ball offensively. So to me, this offense seems closer to what we saw with Seattle. This might be a low-scoring game unless San Francisco can move the ball, which I think they can. And here's the other thing, too. I'm just basing this all off numbers because to me, it totally makes sense, right? So when you go to scoring defense, look at number 1.
Yeah.
Seattle. Okay, there you go. And number 2, the Texans, and then the Broncos. That's the other team. To me, I'm telling you right now, a dark horse team in the AFC is the Broncos. Why? Because they have a stellar defense.
Yeah, they have Bo Nix. I'm not worried about it. It's like when the Niners went there in 2019.
Exactly. But I'm saying to get through the playoffs.
Oh, for sure,
defense is... And everyone's like, I think Josh Allen's going to take it. If that defense gives Josh Allen problems, Josh Allen, okay, we see all this shit about Josh Allen. He had a chance to win that fucking game the other night, and he fucking threw the 2-point conversion. It was a horrible pass.
Yeah, I did see that. I felt
he shit the bed.
Yeah, that was one of those ones where you hate to see it.
Yeah, sure. You do. Okay, red zone defense, the Eagles are number 9. Seahawks, number 5, right? Then you look at the third down defense. To me, late in the season, this is the biggest category. Seahawks, number 1. So I knew this was going to be tougher.
Seahawks are very, very good on third down.
Okay, so now we look down. Okay, where are the Eagles at? Eagles. There's a Niners, number 19. Eagles, number 21 on third down defense.
I'll say this, though. Where were the Eagles ranked in rushing defense? 21. I think a lot of this has to do with rushing defense, because if your run defense is good, it's kind of how the Niners wanted to formulate it, right? Why they drafted Michael is they wanted to shut down the early down runs so that you're in 3rd and long, 2nd and longs. Mm-hmm. And the Seahawks, that's what they're really good at. They'll stop the run, get you in 2nd and 11, then you have to make a throw. If that throw doesn't go well, you're in 3rd and super long. And I think the Eagles, because their run defense, like you said, isn't very good, those first down runs hurt.
They hurt. It also is a case where you may see the Eagles fall victim to a lot of play action because they're so overcompensating to try to stop the run when you see McCaffrey in the backfield that a play action will give them more separation and allow the Niners to move the ball. I think in this game, this could be a case where early on, everyone's jacked, the crowd's excited. It's harder for the Niners to move the ball, but as the game goes on, I see San Francisco being able to move this football much easier than against Seattle. Seattle has an outstanding defense that's coached so well. And I thought that Seattle's offense honestly looked like shit. They only scored 13 fucking points against a defense that gave up how many points to the Colts? 27. How many points to the fucking Bears? What was that? Like 38 or some shit?
Yeah.
Like, so again, to me, the Seahawks deficiency is their offense. When you look at the Eagles, what's their deficiencies? It's been offense lately.
Yeah.
When we look at the offensive numbers, right? Niners have the number 7 ranked offense. Eagles, this is just overall ranking too, so this is not just like individual. The Eagles, I must have right here, number 24 ranked offense in the league. So, and then again, rushing offense. Where are the Eagles at? I don't see them.
I don't know. I know they've not been good running the football.
Number 18 in rushing offense.
Yeah, their offense is very bad. Their offense is not very good this year at all.
To me, this is a game that I want San Francisco to stuff the box and stop Saquon Barkley and make Jalen Hurts have to throw the ball. It's all about containing Saquon Barkley and containing Jalen Hurts in the pocket. Don't let him escape. Don't let him try to run. Contain him and make him have to throw the ball, which is what they kind of did to Brock Purdy. They made him have to throw the ball, but the problem was that on top of containing him, the old line couldn't stop anybody. I mean, fucking you and I could have got pressure on him if we came blitzing in. We'd been like, whoa! It was bad. It was so bad. But passing offense, Niners have number 5. Where are the Eagles at in passing offense? Again, deficiencies are on offense, number 23. So
yeah, the Eagles,
there's opportunity there.
There is, and that's why I'm saying, like, I definitely
Sorry, I wasn't sharing the screen either.
I definitely think the 49ers can win this game. I don't think it's likely because, again, when it's like this, right, like you're hoping a bad defense stops a bad offense, I usually err on the side of, okay, who has more talent? And the Eagles, by a landslide, have more talent, like, than our defense. And this is one of those games where if you're the Eagles, even though you've been struggling offensively, you are so confident you can beat up this defense. Like,
well, they're rested too.
Yeah, like you're so confident. You're watching like, dude, we are going to drop 40 on these guys. So it's one of those things where it really does come down to just like, in my opinion, the 49ers offense, the Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy, Kyle Shanahan, 3-headed Hydra needs to be significantly better than they were against Seahawks. I don't care about the excuses. Don't care if Ricky's there or not. You had people schemed open. You can scheme around your run game. You got to be better. Like, the offense needs to be. It's not even. You can't. This offense to make a Super Bowl run needs to score 30 points a game. Period.
Absolutely.
End of story.
Absolutely.
And scoring any less, that's why it's like you could say whatever you want about the defense. This 3rd and 17 on the defense should have grabbed the fumble. I don't care. The offense put up 3 points. That's unacceptable.
That's unacceptable.
The defense, at the end of the day, only allowed 13. That should have been 100% a win. Mac Jones never dropped 3 points. He played the Texans, just as good of a defense with just as bad of an offense. So
probably worse.
It's like at the end of the day, if you somehow can hold the Eagles, like if their offense keeps performing how it's performing, the offense is at fault if they don't win this football game. They need to score 30 plus. Period.
See, I think if Mac Jones plays this game, I think we still lose. Do we score more than 3 points? Maybe, because he's taller. He can get the ball down the field. I think that one of the biggest problems with Seattle going against Seattle was that the pass rush. They were able to get right through our offensive line, an offensive line that we had been touting about for the past 4 weeks. Like, hey, they're playing really good. Yeah. They played good against the Bears. They played good against the Colts. But when you go against an elite defense, everything changes. And I say elite because they're ranked.
They are
top
they
5
are,
in almost every category.
Yeah,
and that's what Mike McDonald. I can guarantee you, when Seattle watched that game, when the Ravens beat the Niners at Levi's a couple years ago, they were like, I want that guy. That's the guy I want.
And I'll tell you right now, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think if they get past Philly, there's a 0% chance Kyle's gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna let this dude put belt to my ass with twice in 2 weeks. Like, no way.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're gonna come in and the offense will not be a problem coming into Seattle. even though it's in Seattle, I know everyone's like, well, now you don't have home field. In my opinion, the 49ers have always, under the Kyle Shanahan era, been a very momentum-based team, which is why I've actually thought it's really good for the Niners this year. They've been a win-loss-win team. Like, after a loss, they've been winning. Years prior, they'd usually go through it was 2023 when they even made the Super Bowl run. They had that 3 week where it was like they were just getting beat. It was like, what is going on with this team? And that's kind of how they usually are. They're streaky. They win a lot and then they lose a few and then they win a lot. So I think this team, I don't care about home field advantage, man. The fans travel great. They're going to travel great to Seattle if they beat Philly, especially if Fred's back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree that the story for the Niners versus Philadelphia Eagles game is going to be which bad side of the ball performs better. Is it the Eagles' bad side of the ball in the offense, or is the Niners' bad side of the ball in the defense?
Well, and the last stat that I really want to focus on when it comes to this matchup is this one here, which is third down offense. Niners have the number 1 third down offense in the league. The Eagles have the number 24 ranked offense in the league.
What's our third down defense?
Okay, let's go to that. I was actually about to bring that up right now.
I swear we are dog
third down
shit.
Defense. Niners are 19.
Slightly better than the Eagles. Bro,
And that's
okay. Am I crazy, or do you feel every time the Niners have some ridiculous third and long, it's always a first down? Like 3rd and 17 last game, and I feel like it was the game.
That was the game. That was the game right there.
The
that was
game
hard to
before
watch.
Chicago, they had like a 3rd and 14. They had a couple third and longs. I was like, bro, how? Like, how are we letting this happen? And they do it the same way every time, too.
Yeah.
They do either a screen or they do some slant over the middle and no one can tackle.
They just can't get through. They're like, that was hard to watch that whole thing. And we
hurt
talked
my
about
brain.
this too. Like, John Lynch was, oh, God damn it. But in my mind, I was like, you know what, John Lynch, go fuck yourself, because you had a chance to acquire a defensive player at the trade deadline and you did nothing. Why? Because you didn't think this team was going to get to this point. You didn't think this team had a chance to get the number 1 seed or even in the playoffs. You thought it was a slim margin. And because of that, it's burning you.
Justin Simmons is still sitting there. Like, did he murder someone? Genuinely. I don't know why Justin Simmons is still sitting there. There is a 0% chance he's worse than Jair Brown and Malik Mustafa. 0%. There's not a person on earth that can convince me that he is worse. This dude is an all-pro like 2 years ago. He played in the league last year and was still good. Like, how is he not on our roster? Like,
I don't know.
Even now.
I thought he signed with somebody, though.
No, he wanted to go to Philly. They didn't need him.
They were like, oh, we like you, dude, but we don't really need you. So
like,
sorry.
And so I'm literally sitting here like, bro.
How do you not try to improve your defense in all areas?
The Ravens safety, Marcus Williams, I don't know how he's not picked up. Jordan Whitehead, he's better than our safeties. Jordan Poyer, I'm pretty sure, retired. But like, even Tashawn Gibson, bro, he's better than what we got. Like,
yeah, it's
damn,
not good. And right now, the safety position is getting burned. I thought Mustafa played a bad game. He had a one-on-one tackle with Charbonnet, couldn't make that tackle.
They always are bad, dude. They're bad players.
I mean, like, Mustafa's good at the line of scrimmage in terms of stopping the run, but they're not good over top. They're good
deep linebackers. They're good linebackers. And here's the thing, bro. That I'd be fine with that. Say you want Mustafa to move down to backer, and then you put like a Justin Simmons behind him. Cool, fine. Let him play Jamal Adams' position. But, dude, they are the worst safety duo in the NFL. It's not even close. They are terrible. And when people are like, oh, put in Siegel. Bro, Siegel is just as bad, if not worse.
It's just that's why he's not playing anymore, because he was getting beat because his pass coverage was not good. And on top of that, too, it's like, look, Jair Brown, he's made some good plays this season, but he's not consistent enough to get them over the top. But
he's bad. They both don't know how to turn around. A ball will be for 5 minutes, and they're still staring at their zero. Like, dude, turn around. Like,
there's just a lot of inexperience on defense, and you can see it. Like, guys are getting schemed open, and the Niners defenders are just not knowing what to do because of lack of experience. So I think getting Kendricks, getting White is going to help because they're experienced players. They know what the fuck they're doing. But again, we're asking guys that were on the couch to come in and save our season, save our defense. It's a lot to ask. And can they do it? We'll find out this Sunday. But I feel like those guys are better experienced.
I think it'll look better.
To get the job done.
Yeah.
What do you think about Trent? Is he going to play? I think he
don't
has
know.
to. I think he has to play.
I think he does. You need Trent. Ricky, I doubt he'll play. That dude is a China doll, and even if he does, he'll go out like a play or two in.
I mean, like, how many plays have we seen where he catches the ball, gets tackled, and he goes limping off the field?
Yeah, it's like,
oh my god.
And that's my thing is like the future, because most likely, let's just be real, most likely they're gonna lose the Eagles. And the future is the 49ers need to take a big swing for a Justin Jefferson type player. You need a wide receiver one. You lost BA. Yeah. Ricky Pearsall is nowhere near the fucking answer. He is not going to be a wide
first round draft pick too. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I know. We could have had Cooper DeJean. That would have been great.
Don't even say that.
And like, it's one of those things where it's like, John Lynch, I don't know how he's still employed. I genuinely don't know. If you put this resume with any other GM in the NFL, they are fired. But
I mean, the team has been competitive for multiple seasons, and I think when it comes to a money-making standpoint, I'm sure John Lynch is like, well, I mean, we're competitive.
Or not fire him, then promote him to president.
That's what I would do.
That's what I do. I would promote you to get the hell out of my general manager room, and I would hire someone from the Eagles or the Rams, because people are like, oh yeah, they're going to hire our director of scouting. Oh no, they're going to take the guy that scouted Nick Martin. No, please.
Or the guy, we drafted Marquise Siegel. I'm fine with that, but where they took him didn't make any sense.
My issue is everyone's reach, even Michael. I'm fine that they took Michael. I am not fine that they took Michael over a Will Johnson, a Walter Nolan, a James Pierce Jr. I'm fine with Michael. Bro, no one was going to pick him that early. Nobody. So it's like...
Well, but it makes you wonder, though. Would this team have been better off doing what they did, taking Michael, that's fine. But if they just would have kept either Malik Collins or Leonard Floyd, I think you got to keep... I was surprised they got rid of both. I would have kept one of them and said, okay, let's get Leonard Floyd in here, and then let's keep him there, because that would be an experienced edge rusher that'll play alongside of him, right?
Or if they listened to Tyler and traded for Kayvon Thibodeau in the middle of the season.
That would have been a great move. A lot of people were saying, go for Thibodeau.
Everyone was saying, go for Hendrickson. I was like, no. Don't go for him. Go for Thibodeau. Hendrickson, injured. Thibodeau, fine.
Well, they were like, for Thibodeau, they're going to want a second-round pick. Fucking do it. You haven't drafted well in the second round anyway, so what does it fucking matter?
Here's what I want us to do this offseason. Trade 2 firsts for Caleb Downs. I don't give a fuck if it's like, well, that's 2 firsts for a safety. They ain't going to draft shit anyways in the first round this year or next year. And we need a safety. The best safety in the draft. This kid is going to be generationally good. Trade whatever you have to. 2, 3 firsts. I don't care. We can't draft in that round anyways. And get Caleb Downs. Please, for the love of God. Our defense would be instantly better.
I think so. And it's funny because I was talking to Wayne Breezy a while back, and we were doing our mock draft together, and he said the guy he would have taken was Nicky Manwari. I was like, really? He was like, yeah, you know why? I was like, why? He's like, because we need somebody to stabilize the safety position. That's what we don't have right now, is we don't have anyone to stabilize that shit. And we look at it, I mean, they started the year with Jason Pinnock and Marquise Siegel. It was like, holy shit. I mean, they actually got the job done for a couple of weeks, and then you started to see holes in their coverage.
Yeah, then people started throwing at Siegel over and over and over.
Throw it at him. Yeah. And then they realized, oh, shit. And then Jair Brown kind of worked his way back in, which was kind of crazy at that. But
yeah, dude, I agree. I think we need to be more aggressive in the draft. Like, I feel like we're one of the most passive teams after Trey Lance. Like, I get everyone like, well, what about Trey Lance? I don't give a shit. Like,
fuck Trey Lance.
We were aggressive once.
we need to be aggressive again. We need to get someone like Caleb Downs there. Cause what are they going to do, bro? We're going to have pick 27, 25, whatever. And we're going to reach for some dipshit that was injury prone, barely played a game last year and doesn't perform for us. Like, I don't care. We're not going to draft some high end receiver because Carnell Tate and all them are going to be taken. Bro, trade up for Caleb Downs, take a home run swing for Justin Jefferson, and call it an offseason, bro. Like, you would win the offseason instantly.
So, talking about the offseason as we kind of wrap things up, I do want to bring this up. A lot of coaches have been fired. Okay, so
Deserved
we got
all of them.
Raheem Morris, Kevin Stefanski, Pete Carroll, Jonathan Gannon. All these guys were fucking fired.
A lot of clowns.
A lot of clowns. Just like, what are you doing? I mean, this is the biggest one of all. So all these guys are gone, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, holy shit, a ton of firings. And then, of course, John Harbaugh, gone.
Yeah.
They parted ways with him.
Can't wait for him to be our special teams coach.
So apparently John Harbaugh has already gotten consideration from 7 teams.
Yeah.
And they're like only 6 teams have fired their head coach. So
That's
somebody who's already playing on firing their coach has already reached out to him.
Well, they confirmed who it was. It was Miami.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know why they still have McDonald there. He should, or McDaniel. He needs to go.
So what it sounds like is all the rumors are that they're letting the new GM decide, which is we don't want to let him go because he is a highly coveted prospect. So we don't want to let him go if you guys want to keep him. But if you don't want to keep him, we can call Harbaugh. I think that's kind of the vibe they're giving in the GM meetings is that. That's what I've been hearing at least.
But, I mean, when you look at these guys, right, we know that Jonathan Gannon, jeez, what a train wreck this turned out to be. A guy
I didn't think it was a good hire at the start.
I mean, he was a defensive coordinator of the Eagles. They were flying high. Not to make a meme there, but and then he got over there and he was fucking terrible. And then now the Cardinals have requested an interview with Robert Saleh. I was saying this weeks ago that I thought that the Cardinals could be a destination for him because they're really, it seems like they're a quarterback away from being a much more competitive team. So they have assets on defense. They have Walter Nolan. They have Will Johnson. They got a bunch of guys on there that they have assets on defense
Baker
already.
Yeah.
Buda Baker. So Saleh will look at that and say, hey, look, I can coach that defense really well. That's great. We just got to get a quarterback. But Jonathan Gannon, did you see this shit? I thought, oh my God, what the fuck is this? This was his introductory speech to his team when he first took over as a head coach.
Yeah.
Check this shit out.
He's
Welcome
so
back.
weird.
Who drove over here? Quick, let me see your hands. Who took the bus? Did you have fire in your gut?
What?
Did you? We're here for a reason. Don't get that twisted. Okay, we're here for a reason to win games. So if you didn't have that fire in your gut, you better light the fire pretty fast.
Like, what the
fuck
was that?
I will say Kyler posted a thing, even though Kyler knows he's leaving. He posted a thing saying he was a great coach and he loved going to war with him. So he seemed like one of those guys, and it seems like Eagles players actually liked him a lot. But he seems like he's one of those guys that's not meant to be a head coach. He's better coordinator.
Because that was bad. That speech, when I watched it, I was like, oh, God. And you see the players were like, who the fuck are you?
And I feel like there's no shame in that. Like, I feel like every coordinator wants to be a head coach, obviously, because, like, that's the dream. But I think there's nothing wrong with being a Steve Spagnuolo, dude. If you're an animal, like, you're the best at what you do, and you can just focus on that, bro, why not? Like, why
but
not?
What do you think it is? Why is it that these coordinators want to be a head coach so bad? Is it the money?
I think the money and the notoriety, you get way more credit when you're the head coach, right?
Yeah.
Like, every Super Bowl, the Chiefs have wants Andy Reid Mahomes.
Andy Reid Mahomes.
Except for their third one, everyone finally was like, damn, Spagnuolo might be him. Spagnuolo is just different.
And that's why it's kind of like, and he's older too, so maybe he's like, I don't want to be a head coach. I'm fine where I'm at. And so I think the hope was that Saleh would say, you know what, I like what I'm doing. I like where I'm at. I'm just going to stay here. But I think he's going to be gone.
Oh, I think he's going to Baltimore.
Yeah, I think Baltimore is
I think that's the
perfect.
I think that is the perfect destination for him. That's the exact kind of energy they want. That old school defense first, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis,
hit you in the mouth energy. I think Saleh would be phenomenal. Over there. He'd probably bring Clay over, who I think would make the system so much easier for Lamar. I think it's a match made in heaven, honestly.
Yeah, I think if they go that route, he could definitely go there unless they get somebody else. I mean, there are some other candidates that are getting more praise right now. What's his face in Denver, their defensive coordinator. There's a lot of guys.
Vance Joseph, I guess.
But even him, he's a failed, he's a failed head coach as well.
I don't blame. So, and here's, I guess, my thing is I don't blame Saleh for the Jets. That was the owner's fault.
Yeah,
he was building something, and then he went in and goes, "All right, let's just ruin it and try and win right this second because we have a really good defense." It was like, well, dude, he built that over a couple years, and he was building a good offense, and then you came in and forced him to bring on Hackett, who is awful. Forced him to bring on Aaron Rodgers, forced him to bring on Alan Lazard and all of Aaron Rodgers' friends. I don't blame
his
Saleh
whole
for
gang
that.
came over with him. Oh fuck!
I can't blame Saleh for that. He did. There's a 0% chance he wanted Nathaniel Hackett. There's no way anyone that respects themselves would want Hackett as their offensive coordinator. So like Vance Joseph at least got his own staff and got his own chance and fell on his face. So it's I don't see anyone better for that position. I would assume Saleh's gone. And honestly, if Saleh were to leave either next year or this year, I would prefer it to be this year because you have candidates like Raheem Morris who might not get a job, Brian Flores who might not get a job, Jonathan Cannon who might not get a job. And I'd love for them to be the DC in San Francisco.
Absolutely. Okay, so real quick, let's do a score prediction for Sunday's game. Niners against Eagles. I'm predicting the Niners are going to win this game. And I know some fans may say, hey, I don't know. But no, I really do feel like Niners can pull this off because offensively, they are a lot better than what they showed against Seattle.
I agree.
And so I think this is going to be a game where the Niners do score a lot of points. And I feel like at the end of the day, Niners are going to win 38-31. Wow. Niners, they will move on to face the Seattle Seahawks in the divisional round and the return of Fred Warner.
So my heart wants the Niners to win this. And if my heart is right, I see it 31-28 Niners. But my head is like, there's just no way. There's just too much injuries, not enough talent. And my head is like, the prediction I keep throwing out is 24-10 Eagles. You're in Philly. It's just such a hard ask to ask the 49ers to go into Philly and pop off after such a demoralizing. Even Kyle looked demoralized. If Kyle went in to the interview and didn't bitch about not playing on Sunday, he was like, doesn't matter. We're focused on Philly. We're going to go in there and win this football game. I'd be a lot more confident in the 49ers, but he's just been whining the whole week about playing on Saturday and like all this stuff where it's like, well, Ricky and Trent could have played. Well, you're saying they might not play against Philly, so that's a lie. So it's like if Kyle were more confident, I would be more confident, but Kyle's not inspiring confidence.
No, he's not. And but again, I think at the end of the day, he was pissed. And
for sure,
he rarely shows that kind of emotion, but he was fucking mad at the way that game turned out. But like I said,
I hope they do, dude. I hope Purdy 5 touchdowns, head tops this team. You know what I was telling Grant though? You know what we needed, Dre? This is the key to victory. Purdy needs to Dougie.
He didn't.
He did it. He's still undefeated when he Dougies. I was telling Grant this. I said it like this, bro. If you can't get the offense fucking moving, right? Say it's halftime, we got like 3 points. Brother, hit a Dougie when Eddie Pinero makes a field goal. Hit a Dougie when you get a first down.
Just do it anywhere.
Get the juice going. Get it flowing. So this is that'll be my prediction. If Purdy Dougies, they win. If he doesn't Dougie, they lose.
I mean, look at it this way. They played against Buffalo, did a great job defensively, but they only won 13-12.
And it was because Josh Allen whiffed on a throw you and I would have made.
Yeah. Commanders, that's an easy win. Raiders, that's an easy win.
That's a tough one right there.
But then look, when they went against the Chargers, shit the bed, 22-19. Winning against the Bears, shit the bed, 24-15.
Yeah.
Winning against the Cowboys, shit the bed, 24-21. And then again,
Even
only
the
scoring
Lions' bad
16
defense.
points.
Yeah,
16.
like because the Cowboys' defense is bad, the Lions' defense is bad, the Raiders'
Packers
defense is bad,
10-7. This is the I think this might have been the Micah Parsons list. Packers, but maybe not. But again, it just kind of shows you that there was a stretch where, and even now, they can't fucking score against the Raiders. That's like, I mean, come on, you're going against a JV team at that point. You should be able to score.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they lost last week, but nobody was playing, so that doesn't really matter. But again, I think that the Niners have a shot to win this game, and I'm predicting
I really do. And I get people like, "Oh, you're being a hater." It's not that, dude. It's just the simple fact that like the Niners are an underdog from here on out. Every team they play from here on out, at least till they get Fred back, they're worse than. They are less talented than, especially the Eagles. They are significantly less talented than them. If they were fully healthy, this conversation would be completely different. I'd say we're going to kick the shit out of these guys.
If we had Bosa, if we had Michael Williams,
I
Warner,
wouldn't even bat an eye. I'd be like, we are going to walk through these fools.
Now remember, of all the shit we've talked about Sam Darnold, what did he tell Brock Purdy at the end of the game? I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, he cursed him. He cursed him like the Lions did to the Vikings. You remember when the Lions did that to the Vikings last year? They both lost their first game. So I'm hoping it's a reverse jinx, and I hope we do see them in a couple weeks because I want my lick back.
But
I want it back.
It really feels like Sam Darnold was like, I'll see you in a couple weeks because he knew like the Eagles aren't as good
Dre,
as they
I want
come
that
across.
win so bad. My Twitter feed is full of these Sea Chickens fans acting like they're
the fucking worst.
Dude, I want that lick back so bad. I would buy a Brock Purdy jersey immediately on the day if he gets my lick back against Seattle next week. I need it, dude. I need it. But we need a Purduggy. That's the only way we're going to win.
The Purduggy.
We need the Purduggy. Because otherwise, what are we going to do?
It's going to be rough. But I think it'll be a competitive game. Guys, that's going to do it for the show. I want to thank Tyler for coming out here, providing a fire stream. Guys, remember that this show is brought to you by Power Brand Systems. Use promo code 300POWER to save up to $300 in your first purchase at Power Brand Systems. SeatGeek, use promo code DreAreaSports to save up to $20 in your first purchase at SeatGeek.com. And we're brought to you by BetUS. They will match you up to 125% in your first 3 deposits when using promo code DreAreaSports. BetUS, it's where the game begins. You want to support the channel? Go to my website, which is DreAreaSports.com. Become a member on there or become a member on the Patreon over at Patreon.com. Niners play the fucking Eagles this Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. This is going to be a big game, dude. I think it's going to be a good game. I see the Niners winning this game.
Hope so.
But only time will tell. Guys, that's going to do it from here. Enjoy the game on Sunday. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe to this channel. Smash the like button, because why wouldn't you want to? Fuck, really? And with that being said, we'll see you guys next time.
You're listening to the Dre Area Sports Show, live on YouTube and X. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.